Assalamu alaikum students. I welcome you all in another lesson of Google Classroom. I hope you people are fine and safe. Before we are going to start today's lesson, let's recap what we have done in our previous reading. In our previous lesson, we have studied the topic ancient China and we got to know about the location of China and about the Great Wall of China. We got to know that China is in the continent of Asia and is one of the neighboring country of Pakistan, and it is in the northeast side of Pakistan. Then we got to know that about 2500 years ago there are different rulers that rule different parts of China and they build walls around their lands. Years later, these walls became one wall and it is known as the Great Wall of China, which is the longest wall in the world and is one of the wonder of the world. Then we also got to know that the Great Wall of China is a World Heritage Site. That means it has to be looked after by the people and the government of China. So what we are going to do today, we are going to do the reading of page number 72 and a half and 73. These are the pages which we are going to read today. And what we are going to learn today, we are going to learn about the first emperor of China. We will see who is the first ruler and the first emperor, official first emperor of China. The first emperor of China. There were many groups of people in ancient China. Each group had its own land and ruler. They built walls to help keep their land and home safe from attack. Before I will explain this thing, let I tell you what is the meaning of emperor. Emperor means ruler or the king. He is the one who is the ruler or the empire, who is the ruler of the empire, and he is the king of some particular area. So, as we already learned this thing that 2500 years ago, there are so many rulers that were ruling in China, and they are ruling in different parts of China. And for their protection, they have made walls around their lands and around their homes so that they should keep themselves safe from the attack of their enemies. So this is how the different groups and different people ruled in China, and they have so many rulers. So as I already told you that they have so many rulers, and these all rulers that rule different parts of China, and they are strong from one another. But amongst them was one of the ruler. Amongst them was one of the ruler whose name is Qin Shihong. You will also call it as Qin Shihong. He fought all the others with his army. He defeated them so he could rule them. He became the first emperor of China about 2200 years ago. For more than 300 years ago, so many rulers, they are ruling in China, but amongst them was one of the ruler whose name is Qin Shihong, and he fought with all the other rulers. So because he was the strongest among them, and he was having very strong army, so he wanted to rule all over the China. So he fought with them and he defeated all of them, and he became the first emperor of China about 2200 years ago. Here you can see a picture of Qin Shihong on your page number 73. This is how he looked like, and he is wearing the traditional Chinese dress which their rulers or the kings they used to wear. Qin Shihong knocked down some of the old walls to make one empire. He kept others and built a new wall to join them up along the north of China. It was made from stones and earth. This became the Great Wall of China. So one of the things that Qin Shihong wanted to do was, firstly, he wanted to rule all over the China. So he defeated all the rulers and officially became the first emperor of China. Now, another thing that he did is he wanted to make China as one empire. So empire means the land that has been captured, or it is used to be part of different countries or the kingdoms. So kingdoms, these are those parts where they are having different kings. So what Qin Shihong done, he fought with all the other rulers and he captured their lands, and then he became it as one emperor, and he made those lands as one empire. So what he did was, as we started this thing earlier, that different rulers, they made walls around their lands. So what Qin Shihong did is he knocked some of the parts of the old wall of the Great Wall of China, and he make a new wall, and he joined all the old walls as one wall till the north of China, and this is how it became the Great Wall of China. Some of the part was made up of earth and stones, and some of the parts they are made up of the stones that are equally shaped and joined together. This is how the Great Wall of China was made. Then you can see here some of the facts on page number 73. Emperor King Shihong thought there was a medicine he could take to make him live forever. He sent ships to look for it. Do you think they found it? So another thing that King Shihong wanted, or it was his wish, that he wanted to live forever. He wanted to rule forever in China. So he thought that there was a medicine present somewhere in the part of the world, and if he get that, he will stay forever, or he will live forever. And for that he even sent the ships so that they could look for it. And now you people will tell me, do you think that they found it? Like, did he really found it? You have to tell me this thing. Now there is another fact. The people of ancient China had books more than 2000 years ago. Some of them were about the history of China. King Shihong told his people to burn the history books from before his time. He told them to write new ones. So another thing that King Shihong did was he wanted his people to burn all the history books. As the Chinese people, they know how to read, they know how to write for more than 2000 years ago. So they write about their history every day in form of books, and most of their books they are from the history of China. And King Shihong, he wanted that people of China, they don't know about their history. He don't want that the people will read about the history before his time. He wanted that people will just study about his time, about the things that he did for the people of China. So he told the people to burn all the history books, and he told them to write the new ones that is just based on his time of emperorship, when he was the empire, and how he ruled in China, and what are the things he did in China. So this is about your textbook pages 72 and a half till 73. So there are some of the homework questions that you have to do. Question number 1, how was the Great Wall of China built? Question number 2, why do you think King Shihong burned books? Here are some of the video links, and you will go through it and found more interesting stuff about King Shihong. Thank you so much to listening to me, and stay safe.